breaking news in the middle of Thursday night football, in the middle of the fourth quarter game decisive drive. Wait, didn't we report that last week? Stay tuned to find out details. Thursday night, in the middle of the fourth quarter, with the game tied and on the line and both teams driving, guess who decided to announce that Tyreek Hill was in hot water with legal allegations again? But of course, this was breaking news that everybody needed to know about, wasn't it? Not really. On Thursday night, while the Bills were leading 28-21 in the fourth quarter drive, while the game was on the line and it was down to the minute and every play was important, Prime Video broadcasters decided that was the perfect time to announce Tyreek Hill's legal allegations. But of course, this was breaking news, right? This was important enough to erupt a fourth quarter drive that could decide Thursday night football game. No, we broadcast it over a week ago. The announcement: the NFL is now investigating accusations, home assault. Sorry, we got to be careful about how we word things here on YouTube. Against Tyreek Hill, the sideline reporter announced. Al Michaels announced where they finally went back to the game. Thank you, Kaylee. He's no stranger to the off-the-field stuff. Great description of something that can cause serious jail time. Why, this is obviously important news. Why interrupt an essential fourth quarter drive on Thursday Night Football to make this announcement that was already a week old? It was not exactly breaking news. We broke it to you over a week ago. It was not exactly breaking news. Yes, all of your favorite YouTubers had broken it 8 days earlier. Hill was interviewed after the 31-21 Dolphins lost to the Bills. And of course, he denied the allegation. Notably, it was the first time in over a year that Hill had a 30-yard reception. Yes, over a year, and it was also his first touchdown reception of the year. He ended the day with 5 catches for 49 yards and a receiving touchdown. Just in case you missed our earlier report, Hill is still in the middle of divorce proceedings with his soon-to-be ex-wife, Vita Vaccaro, who filed for divorce after just 17 months of marriage. Divorce proceedings are still going, and they share custody of their mutual daughter. Hill, of course, denies the 8 separate assault allegation filed against him, but of course he has a long history of such incidents, including pleading guilty to assaulting his pregnant girlfriend in college. Hill has been at wit with his team. At the end of last year, he literally benched himself in the middle of an essential game and spent the entire offseason demanding a trade away from Miami after accepting all the money. So where does this leave Miami? Miami's 0-2. They're going into a game against the 0-2 Jets with their starting quarterback in concussion protocol. They lose this game, it's not looking good. It's already not looking good. But if they lose to the Jets with a backup quarterback, it's not good. So they got to look at options. So Tyreek Hill has demanded a trade. What's he worth? Let's see. It's been a year since he's had a 30-yard reception. His numbers are completely down. Oh, that's right. And he's facing legal allegations where he can not only face prison time, but is obviously facing a suspension. Now, I do need to make one note. There are a lot of women's activist organizations calling for his immediate suspension. Every single person deserves to be heard. And every single person deserves to prove their innocence. I don't care how many allegations somebody has. How many times have people been accused of things, especially in this type of case where it was found unbiased and found not guilty? Now, I'm not saying this is the case, but for people to be calling for an immediate suspension before there's legitimate proof, I'm not saying wait until he's found guilty in a court of law, but until you have enough proof where the police have actually filed charges, until you've seen video evidence, until you have legitimate proof, we need to stop jumping on the bandwagon of calling for immediate suspensions until there is some kind of legitimate proof. I can think of 10 cases where people were screaming for allegations and a year later in court they get fined not guilty and it was false accusations. Again, he has a track record. I am not saying this, but people need to be patient and they need to let the NFL and all the powers that be do a proper investigation and wait until they actually have some legitimate proof to call for a suspension. As far as trade, Hill's been on a decline. He's the third or fourth best receiver. Again, it's the first time in a year he's had a 30-yard. He's averaging 50, 60 yards a game. Not going to get a lot for him. And again, are we looking to do another Deshaun Watson? Are we going to trade away for somebody that's probably going to, that is very possibly facing multiple game suspensions? I don't see it happening. So where does Miami go from here? They're calling for the coordinators firing. They're calling for the coaches firing. Only time will tell. What do you think of the situation? Where do you think this is going to go? Is there any chance Tyreek is going to get traded? And if so, where? We keep talking about him getting traded back to the Chiefs. Chiefs are having a rough year. Xavier Worthy's still out. But I'm expecting that he's probably going to return week 4. They were possibly talking about, they did literally just confirm Worthy will not be back this week, but there's a very good chance he will be back next week. Leave in the comments, where do you think Tyreek's going to end up? Is he going to go anywhere? What do you think of the allegations? Let me know. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for your regular news updates. See you in the next one.